So we're following Herman Goring's belief rather than Thomas Jefferson's?
Well, listen, I'm.
Well, Howard, you have been sitting here talking about what happened to this company because of the way the government was running, and you're saying you can't believe.
No, I don't believe. Listen, when XM and Sirius try to merge, two really inconsequential companies who don't influence the, they're not the gas company, they're not the electric company.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Howard.
XM and Sirius?
You could influence a lot more than you think.
Well, I'm just telling you that I saw this government hold up this merger. They could have said to these companies no or yes in a reasonable amount of time. What they've done is they've squeezed them so hard. It cost them $100 million while they're waiting for this answer.
Why?
It's still not done.
What Jesse just said makes a lot of sense, though.
Why is because you don't fall under the FCC anymore.
Right.
So it's a subtle way to try to destroy you.
Well, that's what people
don't have control of you.
That's what people have said.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's so important about us merging, and what he said is true, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of influence, and you've been anti-Bush for 4 years now.
And you would be out of the control of the FCC for the first time.
But that's one thing. But it's another to fathom that someone would blow up a building with American citizens in it.
Raise the stakes and see
I don't know.
if you wouldn't do
I just have a hard
thing.
All right, Howard.
I have a hard time wrapping my head around it.
Howard, let me give you another thing.
Okay.
I come from a government, being a SEAL, frogman, where failure is not an option.
Right.
If you fail, you ain't there.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I would expect our air defense is the same situation. Failure is not an option. Let's look at the government's theory here. And theirs is only a theory.
Right.
As I said, the Department of Justice has never charged bin Laden. If you go to the FBI website, bring up international terrorism, the top 10 list, bin Laden's there. When you bring him up, he's listed for everything he's done, but ironically not 9/11.
So you're accusing the President of the United States?
No, I am not. I am just saying, why hasn't he been indicted?
I understand.
Why hasn't he been officially blamed?
But I want to understand something. I think what you're saying is you consider the President of the United States to have been in on the 9/11 attack.
No, not yet. I'm still
know.
investigating. I don't know.
But you're open to that thought.
I'm open to the thought.
Okay. Well,
but do
nothing
you
wrong with
think
that.
there are forces in government who act independently of the White House?
I don't know. That's another $1 million question. I've never been there, and I'm not privy to it. But, getting back now, Howard, what I was telling you about you can't fail?
Right.
Okay. Would you not say that 9/11 was a catastrophic air defense failure?
Yes.
Very good. In light of that, then, why was nobody demoted or fired? In fact, people were promoted.
I know.
Yeah, we got defended not at all.
Why weren't some heads? Remember when
know that no heads rolled? I mean, seriously.
None. Do you remember when they moved those nuclear warheads from Dakota down to Louisiana?
Yes.
They violated a bunch of security. I read 2 months later, 70 people were demoted or lost their job because of that.
Right.
9/11, not one person. Not one person lost their job.
You're absolutely
And you know
right.
why?
Why?
Here's why, Howard. What better way to not have an investigation? Don't fire nobody.
If you fire someone, things will come out.
People might gripe.
People will get angry. I lost my job. I'm going to talk. Da-da-da. But if everyone continues on, the workplace goes on. Oh, a tragic event, but the world goes on.
So you're afraid that if you ran for president, you would actually open up the files on all of this. You'd find out what was going on.
I'd go farther than that. I'd go back to Kennedy.
And then you would go back to Kennedy.
You would open that book, and you would tell people what's in it, huh?
So the point is that you'd be too dangerous as President of the United States to certain powers that be.
Also, Howard, no one owns me.
Right.
Well, yeah, how are you going to be president? You're not a member of any of those secret societies.
Well, as long as our votes are real today, I live by a simple premise. Get me ballot access in all 50 states. If I can debate them, I can beat them.
Dominic, go ahead. You're on the air with Jesse Ventura. By the way, his book, Don't Start the Revolution Without Me, is in stores now, and I will read it. Yeah.
Jesse's points are really great, but we get lost when we get involved with 9/11. I think 2 points without 9/11, it makes his point even clearer. Do you know how the United States originally went to war with Saddam Hussein?
Right.
We told one of our ambassadors, tell Saddam there's no problem, come on into Kuwait. Don't worry about it. This poor ambassador tells Saddam there's to do this. And if you remember, they invade Kuwait. And then we go back and go and invade the country.
So then why didn't we take out Saddam Hussein then? Why not do it? We had a perfectly good excuse. We didn't need 9/11.
See, that was the time. And that's
right.
I respect Jesse on almost everything that he says. I love the fact that the guy is against, corporate welfare. I respect the fact that this guy is for capital punishment. And
no, I'm not.
You're not?
Nope.
You change it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am not for capital punishment at all.
How about
Look
parole?
at one other point, which is how did that war start? Why we didn't go after Saddam is because Saddam knew too much. Do you know that our soldiers are killed by the weapons that we gave to Saddam?
Oh, that happens all the time.
Yeah. And
we always give the people the weapons first.
And remember something else. The major reason Saddam invaded Iraq was because they were angle drilling into Iraq.
That's right. Now, how
which is illegal.
Siphoning off their oil.
Yeah, they were angle drilling, and they were going from Kuwait into Iraq.
Saddam Hussein seemed to be the best guy to put in Iraq for us. We need him back.
But we've always done that in history. Look at the Shah of Iran. We've always supported these governments that do our bidding.
I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and became a dictator.
Jesse, how much do you believe, and I have an answer for you, but how much do you think that Dick Cheney's blind trust has made during this war? Because, his assets have to be held in a blind trust. But how much do you think it's made during this war?
I would guess hundreds of millions.
How about $1.5 billion? Let me ask you, who's dying in Iraq? You think the white American of any wealth or power's sons are dying?
Absolutely not.
No.
Take a look at the last names: Spanish, Hispanic, black.
Well, that's the way it's always been. Vietnam was the same way too.
It's a tragedy.
Who do you think serves? The poor people, not the rich people.
And a lot of poor white Southerners.
Guess what? You undermine the education system, and then you root out the middle class, so there is no other option for advancement except the military.
All right, Mike, you're on the air in Boston. Go ahead. Say hi to Jesse Ventura.
We're a bunch of revolutionaries.
What's going on here?
That's why we'll never be elected to anything.
That's why my book's here.
Well, we didn't start the revolution without...
By the way, wait a minute, though. By the way, I want to take a moment, too, and I want to tell you, Howard, personally.
This is where you talk about your sex life?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But I want to tell you, I really enjoyed Private Parts.
Thank you.
That was a terrific film.
Thank you.
You had me laughing from beginning to end.
Thank you very much.
And I really enjoyed Pig Vomit. You all.
I didn't enjoy him, but I'm glad you did.
The character, Paul Giamatti, I thought he was terrific.
Yeah. You want to know something about Paul Giamatti? And at the time, he was an unknown actor.
Yeah.
He auditioned 3 times for that movie, and Betty Thomas said, there's something with this guy. And I remember my agent saw him in the film, and he said, I got to sign this guy. He's going to be huge. He's some actor. But the amazing thing is, and I knew the real, is actually we called him Pig Virus, but in the movie we called him Pig Vomit. Don't ask why, but
okay.
But Pig Vomit, the real Pig Vomit, he nailed that guy. He got it. He even began to look like him. And he never met him. He never met him. He never did an ounce of research on the guy. He's a great actor.
I had the same experience when Kurt Russell played Herb Brooks.
Yes.
The hockey coach?
Yes.
Kurt Russell should have won the Academy Award because Herb was a friend of mine. And he had Herb nailed.
That's a real actor.
And even the U.S. hockey team said it. They said he got all his little nuances, everything about him.
Yes. This guy, Giamatti, got all the nuances of a guy he never met. Yep. And I don't know how he did
it. The guy who played Mike Eruzione mailed it in.
Mike, you're on the air. Go ahead in Boston.
Hey, Howard.
Hurry up because you got a bad connection.
Hey, Howard, I grew up watching Jesse wrestling. I always liked him. And I think he's a great guy. I think he should run for president.
Well, he said he would be assassinated if he ran for president. He doesn't want to be assassinated. He's enjoying his life, right? You're out in Mexico, you're surfing, you're carrying on, and having fun.
In fact, Howard, here's what I live by in Mexico. Every day, I wake up with nothing to do, and I go to bed at night, I'm half done.